what's up everybody, and welcome back to another supplemental episode here on Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. This episode is Trust Thomas. Again, I know what you're thinking. Lego Lover, you've already done a supplemental on Trust Thomas, and I don't see any 1990s reprints sitting here. Why are you doing another supplemental? These copies are exactly the same. Why are you doing another supplemental on Trust Thomas? Well, you'd be wrong in saying that, because this supplemental is on the 1994 Time Life reprint of Trust Thomas. And the reason I have my original print sitting over here from 1992 is we're going to compare and contrast them. So if you couldn't tell, 1992 print, 1994 print. You probably can already notice some differences between the two, but let's go ahead and look at the original 1992 print to start off here. There's what it looks like. There's the side. We've already seen this in the original HMR, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. There's what it looks like on the back, and there's the tape. So there's your quick refresher on that one. Now let's take a look at the 1994 reprint. As you can already tell, the logos are not the same. This logo is a little bit more squashed with the steam cloud in more of an oval shape. This logo, however, is more of a fat oval with the logo actually taking up the entirety of the steam cloud. They are also a different shade of orange. This orange on the 1994 print is darker than this orange on the 1992 print. Other than that, there really isn't any other difference between the two. The pictures of Thomas are exactly the same. Storyteller George Carlin is exactly the same. We take a look at the sides here. Again, it's darker. You can obviously tell it on the sides more than on the front. Same picture of Thomas on the sides. Scroll on down. Strand on the 1992 print, but Time Life on the 1994 print. Which makes sense. Time Life did put the 1994 print out. We take a look at the sides, or the backs, sorry. We look up here. It says distributed by Strand Home Video, but if we look over here, QFE, Quality Family Entertainment. I think that they are a division of Time Life. You can also see the Time Life logo right there, but QFE should sound familiar. QFE put out the original prints for James Goes Buzz Buzz, Thomas's Christmas Party, and Percy's Ghostly Trick. So if that doesn't sound familiar, then I don't know why it wouldn't. The pictures of Henry are exactly the same. There's just a slight difference between the placing of the two pictures. This picture is actually a little lower than this one. And on the bottom here, there's our blurb about what's on each of the tapes and our story stops on both of our tapes. This story stops section is actually a little shorter than this one, and the blurb is a little bit more squished than this one. So I've already showed you the tape for this copy, but if we take a look at the tape for the Time Life reprint, it's very interesting. Take a look at it here. It's ink labeled, obviously. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Trust Thomas and Other Stories. And we have legalese and stuff at the bottom. Copyright 1985, 1986, Brett Allcroft, and the Time Life logo underneath it. However, the thing that I find most interesting about this tape, not only is it ink labeled, and ink label really wasn't the norm until the early 2000s, but if we take a look at the placing of the label, it's printed in a portrait mode, while this is a landscape mode. Of course, if you've ever used a smartphone in your life, you know that people who film with portrait mode are noobs, and this is like a portrait mode type ink label on the tape here. So that pretty much wraps up the similarities and differences between these two Trust Thomas VHS tapes. There's nothing really interesting in terms of the content on each tape. It's mainly just the opening logos that are different. This Trust Thomas starts off with the Strand logo, This one starts off with a little FBI warning and then the Time Life logo, and then it's basically all the exact same content. So that, ladies and gents, pretty much wraps up this supplemental. I'll go ahead and tell you that I got this Trust Thomas on eBay for about $5, I would say. I pounced on it when I saw that it was a Time Life ink labeled copy, because I know that the Time Life version of Trust Thomas, it's not rare per se, but it's relatively uncommon. You don't really see them pop up on eBay a lot. You see this 1992 print pop up a whole lot more than this version. So like I said before, this pretty much wraps up our supplemental. And I just want to say that there will be a second supplemental coming out today at around 3 p.m. And it is going to be on my Wooden Train bonus pack version of Thomas Percy and the Dragon. Just thought I'd let you all know that so you weren't confused when you saw 2 HMR supplementals in your subscription box. So, again, want to thank you all for watching, and as always, good night, everybody.